Ever since Ely hid the stardust in her pocket, she would always dream of a new adventure whenever she looked up at the night sky. One night, one of the stars started blinking much brighter than the others. It was like it was trying to tell her something. When Eli closed her eyes and touched the stardust in her pocket, a soft breeze brushed past her. When she opened her eyes, she found herself in a completely different place. A land where massive clock towers rose high into the sky. Right then, a huge but kind-looking old man walked up to her. Worried, he said, "The key of time is missing. If we don't find it, time here will stop forever." Without a second thought, Ely said, "I'll find it." The old man handed her a map. On the map were 3 places: a valley surrounded by sandstorms, a forest full of spinning clock gears, and a bridge that floated down from the sky. Ely went to the valley first. To avoid getting lost in the sandstorm, she followed the direction of the wind. There, half buried in the sand, she found something glowing: the minute hand of an old clock. She picked it up and continued on her way into the forest of spinning gears. In that forest, tree branches had turned into clock parts and birds flew like ticking gears. Deep in the woods, inside a tree hollow, she found a stone shaped like an hour hand. She grabbed it and checked the map again. The last place was the floating sky bridge, but it was way up high. Just as she was about to lose hope, a tiny wind fairy fluttered over. "If you hear the song of the wind, you can fly," the fairy said. Ely took a deep breath, closed her eyes, and listened to the whispers of the wind. Suddenly, she felt lighter and slowly began to rise into the air. When she reached the bridge, a time clock stood in the center. Ely placed the minute and hour hands into the clock. Light burst out from the clock and the key of time appeared. Ely took the key back to the old man and the land began to move again. The sands flowed, the clock towers ticked, and the sun rose once more. The old man smiled and said, "You're a true time traveler, Ely." When Ely blinked, she found herself back in her little town. But something was still in her pocket: a tiny golden grain of time sand. She looked up at the sky, and that bright star winked at her again. Ely knew this was just the beginning of many more adventures to come. And one day she'd touch the stardust again, ready for the next journey. Who knows, maybe very soon. Don't forget to like and follow.